Okay, we're going to be learning about two-digit by two-digit multiplication. Let's start by getting into the mood, the Christmas mood. Now that we're in the mood, let's get some learning done. Step 1 is optional. That means you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's a good thing to help you remember some of the steps. You're going to label the bottom number in the multiplication problem. The digit that's in the 1 spot is going to be Santa. You'll give him a Santa hat. And the digit in the 10 spot is going to be an elf. You're going to give him elf shoes. So notice how this digit in the 1 spot, the 3, got a Santa hat. The digit in the 10 spot, this 2, got elf shoes. Step number 2, Santa goes to the closest house first. So you're going to be multiplying 3 times 0. So Santa goes to the closest house first. That's the house right above him. 3 times 0 is 0, and you put that 0 down there. Step 3, Santa's going to be going to the second house. So you're going to be multiplying 3 times 1. So here's Santa again. He's going to go to the second house, which is right here. 3 times 1 is 3. You put that number down here. Step 4, Santa gets really tired after doing that hard work. So he's going to go home and get himself a big glass of milk. When Santa gets tired because he's gone to both of these houses, we're going to cross him out and give him his big glass of milk right here. Step 5. The elf is going to need to finish Santa's job. So he's going to go to the houses in the same order as Santa. It's very important that the elf goes in the same order as Santa. So we're going to be multiplying 2 times 0. Here's my elf right here. He's going to go to the houses in the same order as Santa. 2 times 0 is 0. We put that 0 here. Step 6. The elf goes to the second house. So we're going to be multiplying 2 times 1. Here's the elf again. 2 times 1, that equals 2. We put it down here. Step 7. Once Santa and the elf have gone to both houses, you're going to need to add the numbers together. So we're going to take our 30 that we got from Santa's visiting the houses and our 200 that we got from the elf visiting the two houses, and we're going to be adding them together. Step 8, you're going to add starting in the ones place. 0 plus 0 is 0. Here's the ones place right here. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Step 9, add the tens place next. 3 plus 0 is 3. Here's my tens place. 3 plus 0 is 3. Step 10. Add the hundreds place value next. The top number doesn't have a number in the hundreds place, so it's going to be 0 plus 2 is 2. Here's my hundreds place. This top number doesn't have a digit in the hundreds place, so it's basically like there's a 0 here. 0 plus 2 equals 2. At this point, if we had numbers in the thousands place or the 10,000s place or the 100,000s place and so on, we would add those just like we would in a normal addition problem, but this one only goes up to the hundred, so that's where we're going to stop for this problem. Your final answer. The number you get after adding is your final answer. So in this case, when we multiplied 10 times 23, the answer we get is 230. Okay, here's our first example of multiplying a two-digit number by a two-digit number. We're going to start with 12 times 11. Those are easy numbers to multiply. Remember, this digit right here in the ones place is our Santa Claus. Give him his Santa hat. And this guy right here in the tens place is our elf. I'm going to give him little elf shoes. Okay, and we're ready to multiply. Remember our story. We're going to start with Santa Claus. It's Christmas Eve. Santa Claus has got to go deliver presents. He starts with the house that is closest to him. This 2 right here is the house that is closest to Santa. 1 times 2 is 2. It goes straight under the 1 spot. Then Santa goes to the next house. 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. That was a lot of work for Santa, so he goes home and he kicks back and we cross him out and he gets himself a big glass of milk. Okay, the elf says, "Santa, you're not done yet." And Santa says, "But I'm so tired." So the elf decides that he needs to go and finish up Santa's job. The elf goes to the houses in the same order that Santa Claus did. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 1 is 1. When Santa and the elf have both gone to the houses, then we can add up the numbers that we got. So we start with the ones place. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 1 with nothing above it is 1. We're going to bring that down. So when you multiply 12 times 11, the answer we get is 132. Okay, here's our second example of multiplying a two-digit number by a two-digit number. We're going to do a little bit harder numbers this time, make it a little bit more challenging. We're going to do 25 times 13. Okay, let's get our numbers ready. The one in the ones place, this 3 right here, is our Santa Claus. Gonna give him the Santa hat. And this guy right here is our elf in the tens place. Gonna give him his elf shoes. And we're ready to multiply. It's Christmas Eve and Santa's going out on his sleigh to deliver presents. Santa always goes to the closest house first. The closest house is the one right above him. So 3 times 5 is 15. We put this 1 down here just like we do when we add. And we're going to carry the 1 on top of the 2, just like when you have to regroup when you add. Same thing. Okay, Santa goes to the next house. 3 times 2 is 6, but you want to add this 1 here. So 6 plus 1 is 7. I'm going to go ahead and X out that 1 and bring my 7 down here. Okay, Santa's exhausted. That was very tiring for him. So we're going to cross him out and he's going to get himself a big glass of milk. Okay, the elf says, "But Santa, you're not done yet." And he says, "But I'm so tired." So the elf decides he's going to have to go out and finish the job for Santa. The elf always goes in the same order as Santa. So 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 2 is 2. Once both of them have gone to the houses, we're going to add the numbers that we got from multiplying. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. We're going to put the 2 down and carry the 1. We're going to regroup that 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So what we 325. Okay, here's our third and final example of multiplying a two-digit number by a two-digit number. The second example, we got slightly harder. We're going to do the same thing again with this third example. We are going to do 56 times 23. This is getting hard, and we're going to start to really need our times tables to make it a lot easier for us. Let's start with this 3, the person in the ones place, and that's going to be our Santa Claus. We're going to give him the Santa Claus hat. The one in the tens place, this 2, is going to be our elf. We're going to give him some elf shoes. Okay, it's Christmas Eve again. Santa's got to go out and deliver presents. Santa always goes to the first house, the closest house first. So 3 times 6 is 18. Just like when we're regrouping with addition, we're going to move this 1 up here above the 5. And the next house he goes to, 3 times 5 is 15. Plus this 1, so 15 plus 1 is 16. We're going to put both numbers down because Santa's gone to his last house, and when Santa goes to his last house, we can put all the numbers down. Santa's exhausted. That was really tiring for Santa, so we're going to cross him out, and he's going to go home and get a big glass of milk. The elf says, "But Santa, we're not done yet." And he says, "But I'm so tired." And so the elf decides that he's going to have to go out and finish the job for Santa. The elf always goes in the same order that Santa went. So 2 times 6 is 12. We're going to put the 2 down, and just like regrouping with addition, we're going to bring the 1 up above the 5. Now he's going to go to the next house. 2 times 5 is 10, but we don't want to forget about this 1 right here. 10 plus 1, cross that out, is 11. Because that's the last house that the elf went to, we can put both numbers down. So, once they've both gone to both houses, we're going to add the numbers we got up. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 2 is also 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. This 1 has nothing above it, so we're going to bring it down. Add our comma. So 56 times 23 is 1,288. Okay. Now that you've had some examples of that, I want you to go on to Edmodo and take the quick quiz on there. Make sure that you do that, and make sure you bring in your flipped notes so I can look at them tomorrow.